Have you ever been to a concert where the band absolutely dominated the stage? That kind of performance that pulls you in, makes you move, and leaves you with wanting more? I'm sure all of you have seen at least one video of a band absolutely crushing it and the crowd going absolutely crazy. But have you ever seen the opposite? A band that stands there awkwardly and doesn't catch the audience at all, even though their music isn't even that bad? Well, I've been exactly there. I've played shows where the music was tight, but the energy completely dead. And nothing feels worse than looking out on a crowd that just stands there. No movement, no excitement. That's when I realized playing live is not just all about playing music. It's about putting on a show. If you want to take your live performances to the next level and step into the world of playing epic shows, stick around. Because in this video, I will show you how to completely command the stage, capture the audience, and put on a show that people will never forget. Hi, my name is Lucas and welcome to my channel. 2 years ago, I started a band with zero experience. I didn't know anything about performance, stage presence, or even how to properly play my instrument. But since then, I have learned a ton about what works and what absolutely doesn't work when it comes to playing live. But keep in mind, I am not a professional. I'm just someone who has already played a few gigs as both guitarist and singer, so everything you will hear in this video is just based on my experience and may differ from other people's advice. But without further ado, let's get started. I want you to be honest with yourself. When you practice at home, do you just sit there with your guitar, play a few songs, staring at your fretboard and hoping to grab every single note? Well, at least that's what I used to do. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with it. But if you want to get better at performing, moving around and interacting with people, you should practice that as well. And that doesn't only apply to guitarists, but also to every other musician who truly wants to entertain people. The next time you practice, try to stand up. Put on a concert of your favorite band on YouTube and jam along. You don't have to know every song. Just try to feel the music and match the energy. Notice how the band moves, how they engage with the audience, and how they use the stage. If you play guitar, try walking around and moving to the music while playing. At first it might feel weird, even a little awkward, but the more you do it, the more natural it becomes. Because here's the thing, if you don't practice performing, you can't expect to suddenly be great at it on stage. The way you rehearse is the way you'll perform. So don't just practice your playing. Practice the whole package. Treat every jam session like a mini show, and I promise, when you hit the stage for real, it will feel a whole lot easier. Here's something where some people might disagree with me. I've seen many people on the internet stating that you need a crazy outfit on stage to grab people's attention. And if that works for you, fine. But from my experience, I can tell that it doesn't really matter what you wear as long as you feel confident in it. At my first gigs, I walked on stage in just a simple white shirt, blue jeans, sneakers and sweatbands. Nothing flashy, but you know what? It worked. Because I felt good in it. I didn't feel overdressed or uncomfortable, and that confidence made my performance better. That's something a lot of new bands overlook. What you wear should help you perform, not hold you back. In smaller venues, where the audience is closer and the energy is more personal, wearing something over the top can actually make it harder for people to connect with you. But I've also seen bands walk on stage in just completely casual clothes and still own the stage, because their energy and confidence made them stand out, not their outfits. Personally, I wouldn't recommend showing up in everyday clothes, but you don't need to stress about looking like a rock star right away. A simple put together look can actually work way better than you would expect. And as you gain more confidence, you can slowly push your comfort zone and experiment with bolder styles. One easy way to make your band look more professional is by coordinating your outfits. Maybe the whole band wears the same color, or just the frontman stands out with a different look. Small details like that add visual unity and make your stage presence more intentional. So when choosing an outfit, focus on one thing: what makes you feel confident, even if it seems boring. If it helps you perform at your best, that's what really matters. One of the biggest differences between a professional band and an amateur one isn't just how well they play, it's how well their show flows. If your setlist feels disconnected with awkward silence between songs, the energy in the room dies fast. And trust me, nothing kills momentum quicker than a long pause where the audience doesn't know what's happening. So how do you avoid that? by gluing your set together. Ever been to a show where the song ends and suddenly complete silence? The guitarist is tuning, the drummer is looking around, and the singer just awkwardly stutters, our next song is... That's exactly what you want to avoid. Instead of letting the energy drop, you need to fill the space between songs. One simple trick: use your drummer. A short drum groove or even a quick solo can keep the momentum going while the guitarist is tuning. Guitarists and bassists can also keep things moving with ambient noise, feedback, or a simple riff to bridge the gap. The key is that there should never be an awkward silence where the audience doesn't know what's happening. Think of your setlist like a movie. It needs pacing, build-up and smooth transitions. Instead of ending one song and awkwardly starting another, think of how one song leads into the next. Maybe the guitarist holds out the last note of one song while the drummer kicks in the next beat. Maybe the bassist starts the next song with a recognizable riff before the entire band kicks in. These small details make a huge difference in making your set feel tight and professional. And here's something that will save you a lot of frustration. Plan your set list so you don't have to swap guitars or tuning every second song. If you have songs in different tunings, group them together so you can play through a few without constant switching. That way, you don't have to break the momentum while fumbling with tuning packs in front of a crowd. The less downtime, the smoother your performance feels. Engaging with the audience is one of the most essential things. If you don't connect with the crowd, they won't connect with you. The best live shows aren't just performances, they're interactions. You're not just playing for the audience, you're playing with them. And the more engaged they are, the more energy they will give back to you. One of the easiest ways to get a crowd involved, especially when they don't know your band yet, is to make them do something simple. Clap along. Pick a part of a song with a steady rhythm and literally show them what to do. You'd be surprised how quickly people join in when they see the whole band moving to the same groove. Plus, once they start moving even a little, they are more likely to stay engaged for the rest of the show. Another great way is to get them to shout something back at you. It could be something as simple as "hey" in a rhythm, or letting them finish a lyric if you have a catchy song. Even if they don't know your music, you can make it easy for them. Say something like, "On my signal, I want everyone to yell as loud as you can." And boom, there you have an instant energy from the crowd. And what really matters, take your chance to talk to the crowd in between songs. It doesn't have to be anything deep, just something that will make them react. Ask something like, "How many of you are seeing us for the first time? Who's had too many drinks already?" Simple questions like that give people a reason to interact. And once they've responded, they are mentally engaged. They feel like they're part of the show and not just watching it. At the end of the day, a concert is a shared experience between you and the audience. The more involved they are, the more memorable the show will be, for both of you. So don't just play your songs, pull the crowd in, make them feel like they're part of something special, and turn your performance into a moment they won't forget. Look, I get it. When you step on stage, you want to look cool, sound great, and put on an unforgettable performance. You want people to see you as a real musician, someone who knows what they're doing. And that's awesome. But here's the thing, if you're just starting out, you're not a rock star yet. And guess what? That's totally okay. You don't need to act like you're headlining a huge festival when you're playing at a local venue in front of 30 people. It's easy to get caught up in trying to be serious and professional, but if you force it too much, it comes off as awkward. People can tell when a band is trying too hard. Instead of putting on a rock star attitude, try being yourself. The more natural and relaxed you are on stage, the more people will connect with you. In the beginning, nobody knows who you are. That people at your gig? Most of them just stumbled over for a drink or got dragged there by a friend. They are not there because they're your die-hard fans. They're there because they're curious. And that's a good thing, because that means you have the opportunity to win them over. But you're not gonna do that by acting like a superstar. You are going to do it by being real, engaging, and fun to watch. So, there you have it. My top tips for stepping up your stage presence and owning your live performances. At the end of the day, playing a great show isn't just about hitting every note perfectly. It's about energy, confidence, and connecting with the crowd. Because no matter how good your performance is, if you don't know how to engage people, your performance is gonna fall flat. Remember, practice like you perform, wear what makes you feel confident, keep your set flowing, engage with your audience, and most importantly, Don't take yourself too seriously. If you focus on these things, you will not only become a better performer, but also create moments that people will remember long after the show is over. If you found these tips helpful, I would really appreciate if you leave a like. Let me know in the comments, what is your biggest struggle with performing live? Also, if you want more videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you don't miss out on anything that's coming next. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.